the free show on a it's a pretty day outside.
It is pretty.
It's a pretty Thursday.
It is pretty, Ashley Pickle. It's very pretty outside, which is why we're inside doing a show into this kind of equipment. Now you.
What do you mean by you people?
You're getting on the road after this. This is like your last official act as a member of the Dave Campbell's Texas football family until next week.
I mean, I'm going down to represent Dave Campbell's Texas football.
I don't know if I want you representing Dave Campbell's Texas football, considering the circumstances you're going to be encountering.
Fair. For business hours, we will be representing Dave Campbell's Texas football.
So what do you want to tell the people what you're doing?
Yeah, so Mallory and I are heading down after this to go to one of our favorite events of the year. We're going down to the Hill Country Coaching Clinic. It is the coaching clinic where the wives have the most fun. And it is in Fredericksburg. And so it's perfect if you're, it's probably a little too late to sign up now, but get it on your calendar for next weekend. It's always the weekend of Valentine's Day.
Yes.
In Fredericksburg, because
the best little clinic in Texas.
Yeah, what an unbelievable opportunity for coaches to be like, hey, what if we go to Fredericksburg for Valentine's Day weekend? You can go drink wine with your girls while I'm doing a little bit of football stuff, and then we'll do date night at night and get to go out and.
Can I just tell you the biggest? Like I'm looking on, it's a long URL. I won't bother you with. You can follow them on Twitter at Hill Country CC, but the biggest button on there is wives information.
Correct. And it is awesome. So Mallory and I went last year, and we're really excited to go again this year. But the wives have an entire itinerary, just like the normal coaches will.
Here. This is too good.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw this up here. Stop and go here. The clinic your wife wants you to attend.
You, as a person with a wife, understands how
no,
good
that rocks.
This is.
I love this branding. This branding is great. Like this is exactly how you should brand it. I love that. Yeah.
And let me tell you, like, so, and there's a couple of different incentives. Like, obviously, there's a devotional that the wives can go to with their husband. There's, you have the opportunity to take off Friday night for a date night down there. But it's really cool because they do a wives meet and greet with a bunch of stuff added. And then one of our favorite parts was Friday night they do a social from 7 to 10. But they do a ton, and I mean a ton of door prizes. But only the wives can win. And so the door prizes are awesome.
Did you win one?
We didn't, actually. Mallory and I, and they were telling us, they were like, it's rare that people walk away without door prizes, but that's a good thing because that means that there's more people attending the clinic. It was their all-time attendance last year. But the prizes are awesome. I mean, it's like winery tours. It's the spa down the street.
Wow.
It's like all of these sponsors that have so much different stuff. So fingers crossed we win a door prize this year. But there's some good getting out there.
Here are the confirmed speakers if you're interested. Travis Bush, head coach at UTRGV.
We're so pumped.
J.R. Castellano from Alice. Sterling Doty from Stephenville. Mike Fullen from Abilene. Les Goad from Buda Hayes, although I think he just retired.
He did.
Yeah, but he'll still speak because the man knows football. T.P. Miller from San Antonio Johnson, Grady Rowe from Belleville, Ruben Torres from Marlin, and our friend Stephen Mackey.
Yeah. So a big shout out to Clay and Diane Bodie and the Moffats and the Rittemans and everybody for having us out. It's a good time.
Yeah.
We're pumped up.
So you guys are going to be very professional.
Yes.
Really, this is a content gathering trip.
It is.
Uh-huh.
We get content.
What I want, I mentioned this to
we
Mallory
form
yesterday.
a lot of relationships, which is good. And guess what? They all listen to WTF now. So, joke's on y'all.
I'm not criticizing.
Joke's
all
on
I'm
y'all.
saying is I want you guys to have one of those breathalyzers that you have to it like buzzes you and you're like, all right, you got to check in and stuff like that. Just throughout the course of the weekend. That's all I'm saying.
That seems like a bad idea.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm suggesting it.
But karaoke is a good idea. We haven't decided
oh my
what
gosh,
karaoke song that we did karaoke with Mrs. Ritteman last year.
Oh my
so
gosh.
very excited for that.
Okay.
Hopefully we can run it back. The Three Amigos.
It'll be a fun trip down there in Fredericksburg at the Hill Country Football Clinic coming up here in in this weekend. You guys are leaving like right after the show?
Yeah, we're peacing out right after the show. We got everything packed up. We got little goodie bags made for people.
You made goodie bags for people?
There was a whole group of us doing it over there. You had your headphones in and never popped up from your desk.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm working.
So are we.
You guys are making goodie bags.
Yeah, with all of our branding on there. I put a TFT button in there so people will watch TFT.
Okay. All right. Guerrilla marketing.
We don't have a marketing person. Someone's got to do marketing.
Guerrilla marketing with a glass of wine.
Yeah. Yeah, we put the buttons in a wine glass with a Dave Campbell's towel and a TFT button and a Dave Campbell's button, a Texan Live button, and then I made WTF stickers on my Cricut.
Do you have like this is not the point. Do you have like the name brand Cricut?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I told my wife that you got a Cricut, and she was jealous. I'm like, you have a Cricut? She's like, it's the off-brand.
Oh, I got mine on a Facebook Marketplace, so I got it for the cheap. But it was just someone who does it. She does like a lot of this stuff. Like I think it was big like Etsy shop, and so she was like, she has like industrial size one, and she was like, yeah, I think she either got it at a gift, and it's like it's sweet, but I'm way more advanced. And I'm like, I'm not. I'll take that for that very cheap price that you're offering it for. So anyway, big Cricut gal now.
Okay.
You need something made. I got you.
Watch out, Fredericksburg. WTF is coming to your town. Hit the theme, Expo. Pickle! Hit the air sign. From the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Mothership here in beautiful Lewisville, Texas. It is Texas Football Today, a show that is ready for Super Weekend. Are you going to watch the Super Bowl down there, or are you going to?
Well, we'll be in a hotel room in San Marcos because we have a meeting on Monday.
Here it comes. Yeah!
I couldn't switch it.
Yeah!
I will be kind of watching the Super Bowl as I'm scheduling girls basketball by district playoff games from a hotel room at San Marcos. So there's my Super Bowl party.
Is there like a hotel bar or something?
Yeah, there should be.
Okay.
We can go sit out there and do that.
If you want to. Or you can just sit in your room.
Also that. I don't know if bar will be sitting well on come Sunday.
Yeah, might not be great. My name is Greg Tepper. I'm the managing editor of Dave Campbell's Texas Football Magazine, texasfootball.com, a corresponding website. Thank you for spending part of your day with us, whether you're watching us live on texasfootball.com, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, all the places, or listen to us to the podcast, which you can subscribe to on the podcast vendor of your choice. Either way, thank you for doing your part. Support your local mediocre internet show. I'm sitting over there at the helm today, making us sound good. She is the Duchess of the Dorks. She's Miss 305. Soon to be Mrs. 305.
Correct.
She's Ashley Pickle.
Hello.
Does Brian know that he's about to be Mr. 305? You're Mr. 305?
How many? So this is my biggest question: is how many Pitbull songs do you think I can get our wedding DJ to play before he goes up and is like, okay, stop, please,
I just want you
stop.
I just want you to fit Pitbull references. Like, I want you to write your own vows and be like, I vow, like, you will forever be my Mr. Worldwide.
And end it with Dale. But I'm like, how many Pitbull songs can I play at my wedding before Brian catches on?
Till death do us, Dale.
Yeah.
Today.
Forget the beautiful arch with the flowers behind it. I need to do my Mr. Worldwide banner that the mystery person gifted me.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Today is Thursday, February 8th, 2024. 294 days till Thanksgiving. Happy birthday, turning 81 today, to Creed Bratton.
Oh, let's go.
Happy birthday to noted musician Creed Bratton.
Most underrated person in that show.
Creed Thoughts. It's episode 1729. On today's show, folks, here in just a moment, we're going to be joined by Craig Way, the Texas High School Football Hall of Famer. Talk a little realignment, put a bow on realignment. We're now a week removed from the big day. So we're going to get his thoughts now that he's had a little bit of time to marinate in that. And then back half the show, it's the Texas Football Today Super Bowl preview. And this is true. Pickle doesn't know what we're doing.
I literally don't. He was like, we're going to talk about the Super Bowl. I was like, okay. And he goes, I'm not telling you what we're talking about. I said, awesome.
Stay tuned.
Everything always goes great when.
Stay tuned to find out, along with Pickle, how we're previewing the Super Bowl coming up here at the back half of the program. Do we first four through the door?
We sure do. It was jersey number 69,
Nice.
TJ Hudson, Ed McElroy, and Daniel Agnew. Welcome in, fellas.
Welcome in, friends. We appreciate you spending a little bit of your day with us. Hope you'll consider going to texasfootball.com/subscribe to become a Dave Campbell's Texas Football subscriber. Get 3 magazines, including our legendary summer edition, mailed directly to you before it hits newsstands. This is true. I created the folder that I use to contain all, like the computer folder that I use to contain all of the magazine stuff. I created it yesterday. I'm working on a budget right now for the magazine, the summer magazine. If you want that mailed to you before it hits newsstands, go to texasfootball.com/subscribe. A bunch of other goodies, including a year of Dave Campbell's Texan Live, our streaming platform, if you go to texasfootball.com/subscribe. Pickle, let's go to the hotline. It's normally Tuesdays.
No, it's Thursdays.
But today it's Thursdays.
Let's go.
We're pleased to be joined by the Texas High School Football Hall of Famer and the host of the Craig Way Show down there in Austin. It's our friend Craig Way. Mr. Way, do you read us?
Just call me squeaky today. A little bit of allergy stuff,
no.
so it's made me a little bit squeaky. Teenage guy going through puberty thing. But good. Otherwise, good, ready to go.
Okay, squeaky. Let me ask you, when is your next play-by-play responsibility?
That would be Saturday, day after tomorrow.
All right, you got time then. You got time.
Yeah, I'll be all right.
You got a good crew down there at the Craig Way Show that can help guide you through, and you can play hurt on the Craig Way Show. But I know that it's play-by-play is a different animal. So here's hoping you feel better by then.
I think I'll be all right. It's just a little bit squeaky on the higher notes, and sometimes with this basketball team, you have to hit some higher notes.
That is true. Craig Way joined us here. We are a week removed from UIL realignment. You've had a week to marinate on what has gone down with the big reveal last Thursday at 9 a.m. I'm curious now, and you've been through a lot of realignments. Your interview with Dr. Charles Breithaupt on Valley Sports Southwest I thought was really good, and you started by talking about how you guys have done this a lot. You guys have gone through the realignments. When you take a look at this particular alignment, maybe versus other ones that you've seen over the course of your high school football coverage career, I'm curious how this one measures up versus others, because I know each of them are pretty unique.
Yeah, and there's always some things that just reach out and grab you, far-flung stuff that happens. That this realignment obviously is no different than the ones in the past in that respect. What is different about this one and why it's drawn so much attention is because of the headline names involved with some of this. Most notably, obviously, 75AD1, where Lufkin is in the same district with Highland Park and Cleburne. It's drawn a great deal of conversation as well as an appeal from Lufkin. So, that probably stands out. We've talked a little bit about here in the greater Austin area about some of the districts and creating some real interesting matchups. And then, down in the Rio Grande Valley, I think it's when you're talking about in 6A down in the Rio Grande Valley, where you've got a 5-team district. So it's going to be real interesting to see how some of those shake down. It's just because there are some headline players involved here. I think that's why it's drawing perhaps a little more attention than it might normally would draw.
Talking with Craig Way, the Texas High School Hall of Famer here on Texas Football Today. Get involved in the conversation, hashtag TF Today. Craig, one of the districts that really caught my attention, and I know it did you, down in your neck of the woods. Overall, in the 6A, there wasn't, in the Austin area, wasn't a ton of movement. Manor kind of could have gone hither and yon. They landed in District 25 6A with Vandegrift. I'm curious, though, about your thoughts on District 12 5A Division 1, where you will have an Austin area team, an Austin ISD team, rather, in Austin Anderson, now going out east to College Station to take on A&M Consolidated and College Station, not to mention outstanding programs like Pflugerville, Weiss, and Buda Hayes, etc., plus Lockhart. That seems like a necessarily the most sprawling district, but a district that I think, by virtue of both its geography and the programs involved, is certainly going to catch some eyes down there in that Central Texas area.
Yeah, it has. And, Tep, the thing about it is, you're right. Maybe it's not as spread out, as far flung as what we're accustomed to seeing in the Panhandle and West Texas and things like that. But in terms of major metropolitan areas, it has drawn some more attention. We were joking on the Realignment show about, in a year where Texas is going to play Texas A&M in football for the first time in 13 years, you're going to have, for the first time ever, an AISD school be in the same district with a Bryan College Station, independent school. There's some symmetry there, I think. But I will also tell you that it is a byproduct of teams moving up and down the classification ladder that created this. And as a result of that, you've got, that, like you mentioned, the two Pflugervilles, and you got Lockhart, you got Lehman, so is Dr. Jamie Harrison, the UIL calls them, some solos or outliers. And then you got the two College Station schools, and then you got Hayes and Cedar Creek and Anderson, with Anderson dropping from 6A to 5A. That created that kind of swollen up district. And then I think also intriguing is over in Region 2, where you got Cedar Park, the two Georgetowns, the three Leander 5A D1 schools, Leander, Glenn, and Rouse. And then you got the newer one, Colleen Chaparral, who's been up for a couple of years, and Lake Belton, who's been up for a couple of years. So the 5A swelling, you might say, is what has created this. And the trickle down also is the deal with Lufkin being in the district, also with Cleburne and Joshua and Highland Park and Midlothian and Red Oak and Tyler. I mean, we're talking about a bunch of single school district towns. And then you have a Burleson Centennial and a Midlothian in there.
Craig Way, the Texas Football Hall of Famer, joined us here on Texas Football Today. Get involved in the conversation and hashtag TF Today. Craig, we've gone through a number of districts that we've talked about as being districts of doom. We broke it down a variety of different ways. And I want to give you, I'm going to leave. I think there's one district that everybody points to, understandably so, in District 11 6A, because you've got two defending state champs in that district. But that district functionally, there's a little bit of comings and goings. Lancaster joins an already loaded district. They kind of swap out the Mansfield schools for the Mesquite schools, etc. But I want to give you three non-11 6A districts, and I want to get which one of these you would categorize as a so-called district of doom the most. Would you go with 12 4A Division 2, where you get Lorena, China Spring, La Vega, and Connolly all lumped in together? Would you go 13 3A Division 2, where Blanco, Rogers, Lexington, Comfort, and Thrall will all collide? Or would you go down to the Houston area, where in 15 6A they smush together Klein ISD and Tomball ISD to go along with the two up-and-coming Magnolia schools in Magnolia and Magnolia West to form a big district there in the Houston area? Which of those three districts do you think you're going to find yourself gravitating toward when the fall rolls around?
Well, I like your use of the word smushed. My wife, Linda, likes smished, but it carries the same meaning, I think, with what's going to happen with those Klein and Magnolia and Tomball schools. Add to that what we already know is kind of craziness with 16 and 17, where the Cy Fairs are split up not only into two different districts, but two different regions. That's been well documented. I think it creates a very, very crowded first, by district and area round of football playoffs. I think that's interesting. 12 4A, you point out, you feel bad for programs like Gatesville and Robinson, who've been playoff teams and were playoff teams a year ago, but going up against China Spring and going up against Lorena and going up against Conley and going up against La Vega, that's kind of beating your head against the wall a little bit. It's going to be very, very difficult for them. And then you brought up Blanco, Comfort, Lexington, Rogers, and Thrall. That's a real interesting mix of those two schools going at, the mix quite often, Tep, is what captures my imagination. For example, every year we can point to some games that have become district games and say, how did we get to this point? I give you an example like Carter High of Dallas against Venus. How did that become a district game? And I can go the same route with you. It was Stephenville and Godley. How did we get here? That kind of thing. And it's the suburban sprawl thing. And then you juxtapose that against what happens with an outlier like a Lufkin, where there's really no other place to put them. Jamie Harrison said, the UIL deputy director, when he was on with us, said that they got an email from somebody said, do you guys even know where Lufkin is? Oh, yeah, they're well aware of where Lufkin is. They know where Lufkin is. Here's the problem. What do you do with them? And for folks who say, well, just put them in with Mount Pleasant and Henderson, all that. Yeah, they have for the other district, for the other sports. But what hasn't been realized or remembered by many is that those schools for football are 5A Division II. Lufkin is 5A D1. What do you do with them? Do you send them down to the greater Houston area and Galveston Ball? I mean, the road trips are every bit as long, if not longer, there. They've done all the computer mapping. So there's always going to be outliers. There's always going to be the ones that you have to try to find a place for, but are really struggling. And we know this, there's always going to be some school districts who in a given realignment are not going to get what they want. And then they kind of have to go through it for a couple of years. And then they're in a more favorable one in the next realignment.
He's Craig Way. He's the Texas High School Football Hall of Famer. Hear him today at 2 o'clock on AM 1300 The Zone in Austin. And, of course, you can hear his fine work, as he calls Texas Longhorns basketball these days. Craig, appreciate your time, my friend. Hope your voice gets a little bit better, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you down the road.
You betcha. Happy realignment, everybody.
Absolutely. There he goes.
Bye,
Craig Way, the Texas High School Hall of Famer. Joins us every Tuesday in the season. And
Thursdays.
Here joins us on a random Thursday. Talk realignment.
The best Thursday.
We appreciate Craig Way hopping on with us. We are Texas Football Today. We're here every weekday at noon on TexasFootball.com, talking football in the Lone Star State. You can follow us on Twitter at DCTF, like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, Instagram.com/Dave Campbell's. And, of course, see us at TexasFootball.com. Coming up here in just a moment, the Texas Football Today Super Bowl preview that my producer doesn't know about.
Yeah.
But first, a word from these goods and services.
I feel like bustin' loose, bustin' loose, come on. Get on up. Oh yeah, get on up. Bustin' loose when you wanna sing, bustin' loose, baby, do your thing. Talking about bustin' loose, yeah.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Potter, Executive Director of Be Well Texas. Too many people are struggling alone these days, and alcohol and drug deaths are increasing. We started Be Well Texas to offer high-quality, science-based addiction treatment and recovery services anywhere, even at home. We provide compassionate, caring support virtually or in person. In many cases, there is no cost for treatment if you don't have insurance. Really. Welcome to Be Well Texas. We're glad you're here.
Wing is the largest residential drone delivery provider in the world, delivering to your home in less than 30 minutes. Order using an app just like other popular delivery services, and Wing's automated drone takes care of the rest. It's fast, safe, and sustainable, and it's now delivering to parts of Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas. You can learn more at wing.com/TexasFootball. Again, that's wing.com/TexasFootball.
Born and bred in Texas hits a little different, as it should. Texans love doing business with fellow Texans. VCR now takes its Texas roots as seriously as its many partnerships with schools and universities around the state. It's also why we're so proud to promote our brand in the pages of the Texas Bible, Dave Campbell's Texas Football, and on the airwaves of Texas Football Today. Driven by producing quality broadcast video, state-of-the-art audio, and LED video scoreboards at affordable prices, VCR now makes sure to listen to your needs in its athletic department before recommending the next best steps. Building great products is our business, and it's our focus on building meaningful, long-term partnerships with our clients that sets us apart. From our 24/7, 365-day help desk, the training lab in our hometown of Red Oak, or our sports marketing business plan that puts money back in the hands of our athletic departments we support, VCR Now is built to last. Reach out to us today at info@vcrnow.com or by calling 855-GO-VCR-NOW. Again, that's info@vcrnow.com or by calling 855-GO-VCR-NOW.
Back here on Texas Football Today, and Pickle.
You like this lower third? Because that's all the information that I got.
It's great. Pickle, you may know that on Sunday, there's a big television event.
Yeah.
Large television event.
Superb Bowl.
The Puppy Bowl.
Yeah.
Hank is fired up about the Puppy Bowl.
Oh,
Jen
yeah.
My wife Jen explained it to him, and he was like, "Wait, what? You just going to watch puppies?"
Yep.
Like, yep, that's exactly what's happening. The Puppy Bowl is going to be great. It will then give way to a much less important game between the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers for the National Football League Championship. In the Super Bowl, what is this, 53? What is that? No, it's 58.
Yeah.
I'm good at this. 58. Super Bowl 58. It's in Las Vegas.
55-3.
58.
58.
Yeah. Are you into this? Are you like, do you find yourself interested? I mean, we're obviously interested because it's football. But, like, do you find yourself interested in this game?
No.
Okay.
To be honest with you, and I feel like you can relate to this with working in this job, once our football actually viewing, like our football stuff never stops. We get on the show and we talk about football every single day. There's coaching changes. There's realignment. Our football never stops. That being said, my being not forced, that sounds bad, but forced in a good way to watch football. Being engaged to watch football, it ends. There is not football at this point that I have to watch. And
it'll be on.
Yeah, it'll be on, and it's like, okay, like when I was with family for Christmas, it's like they have it on because they want to see bowl games. I could care less about what bowl games happening in Florida that there's not a Texas team in.
Yeah.
So it's like it was on, but I don't care. I actually, like, this time after the Texas college teams got done in bowl games, I did not watch football. I didn't care about the NFL playoffs. I needed
You watched
a
the
break.
Cowboys.
I watched the Cowboys until the Cowboys got out, a team that I care about.
That was quick.
Yeah, exactly. So I didn't watch much of the
Right.
NFL playoffs,
Yeah.
being honest. I had to shut my brain down.
I do think how do I say this? I'm interested in the matchup because I do think the 49ers are probably, in my opinion, the best team in football.
Yeah, the Chiefs just figure out a way to win.
And the Chiefs have the best player in football, and they've made the plays the right time.
Because Christian McCaffrey, yes, longevity, the best player in football, but maybe not this year. Christian McCaffrey's the best player in football this year.
Yeah. I mean, if like sports gun to my head, I think the Ravens are probably better than the Chiefs, but the Ravens peed down their leg in the AFC Championship game. All that's to say, it's a fascinating ball game that I will be watching probably on Nickelodeon.
Yes.
With the slime cast or whatever. Do you know what they're doing at halftime?
I didn't know they were doing a Nickelodeon for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, that rocks.
Because it's on CBS, and CBS is a Paramount, and Nickelodeon's Paramount.
That's so cool.
So they're doing a simulcast on the Super Bowl, like the slime cast or whatever, and they're going to do the SpongeBob halftime.
Oh, my God, that rocks.
Now, that kind of stinks because I do want to watch Usher.
Yes.
And my wife will be like, we are watching Usher.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can watch the SpongeBob halftime anytime I want on YouTube. I cannot watch Usher anytime I want.
And so here at Texas Football Today, we need to preview the big game. It's the biggest football game of the year.
I don't know where this is going. I'm kind of nervous.
And so, Pickle, there's only one way that we know how to preview the football game, and that is, Pickle, we're going to spin the wheel of props.
Oh, nice.
I have put on this wheel 21 different props for the game. We're not going to do them all, but we're going to spin it, go back and forth. We're going to do it, let's say 4 times.
4 times?
Each of us are going to do it 4 times. And no matter what the prop comes up, you've got to make a pick.
Okay.
And whoever gets the most of their props right will win some sort of prize.
We will be Super Bowl champions.
You'll be Super Bowl champions.
Okay.
Okay. So, would you, ladies first? Would you like to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna
spin
the wheel, and see what prop is gonna land up on. Okay. Who wins the Super Bowl? This is pretty easy. This is very easy. Pickle. Who wins Super Bowl 58?
I'm gonna say the Chiefs.
Okay. You're taking Kansas City?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Kansas City wins the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Your first prop. That's easy.
Yeah.
Now, they are underdogs in this game. I think they're like 2.5-point dogs.
That's why I think they're gonna do it.
Okay. They were underdogs against Buffalo.
I may have won some money on that when I was in Vegas.
Yep.
They were underdogs against the Ravens. Yeah, I
They've
think that's
been
fair.
underdogs the entire time.
I'm not gonna pick it because this is your prop.
Yes.
I would be on the other side of it. I think the 49ers are going to win, but I think it's a close game. Chiefs are good. Okay, so I'm going to remove that
I'm
one.
also a Cowboys fan, so I don't really like the 49ers.
Absolutely. So now it's my turn. Here is Tepper's first prop.
That wheel.
My first prop. Will there be a missed field goal? Ooh.
I like that.
Will there be a missed field goal? Boy, these kickers are pretty good. The game is indoors. Yeah, it's indoors at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas.
So wind and rain and
It shouldn't be an issue. It shouldn't be an issue. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say there's no missed field goal in Super Bowl 58. I think that any field goal that's attempted is going to be correct. And by the way, that we will, for the sake of this argument, and we will include extra points.
Okay.
That no extra. I think every kick that is intended to go through the uprights will go through the uprights. I'm going to say there will not be a missed field goal in Super Bowl 58.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to remove that one. Pickle, your second prop.
Spin that wheel.
We're spinning the wheel. All right, the opening drive. Touchdown, field goal, punt, or other.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, the opening drive of the game.
Yeah, I think someone comes out hot.
Okay, somebody's going to kick a field goal, go down, and score a touchdown.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
That's just what I want to
You
believe.
like point? You want points?
I want pointsy.
You want points? Okay.
Which I think those teams can do.
Yes.
I think this could get into a shootout.
Okay. So opening drive, you're going with touchdown on the opening drive.
Yes.
I'm going to remove that. I'm going to spin it for me. Here's my second prop.
Spin that
Let's see.
wheel.
First passing touchdown. Brock Purdy or Patrick Mahomes? Like the easy pick here is probably Mahomes,
Yes.
right? He's the I don't think this is a hot take. He's the better quarterback in this game. Yeah, I'm going to go with Mahomes. I'm going to say the first passing touchdown is going to be Mahomes.
I would agree with that because I would think that the first touchdown for San Francisco would be a run by. I think that they're going to just keep
something
feeding
like that.
McCaffrey when they get into by the goal line.
Okay, I'm going to say first passing touchdown will belong to Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
Okay, we're happy.
I would agree with that.
Okay, your third prop.
Spin that wheel.
Okay, which team scores first? So now you're going to
oh gosh, see this is a double-edged
now you're
sword.
saying
So I've got to pick the
opening
coin.
drive.
Yeah, I've got to pick the coin flip now too. Let's go San Francisco.
San Francisco scores first.
So I think that San Francisco gets the ball.
There's a lot to get this right.
So that's me saying that Kansas City is likely going to win the coin toss, defer to the second. San Francisco's going to get the ball, and it'll be a rushing touchdown by Christian McCaffrey. That's what all of this has come down to.
There's a real tightrope to walk here. All right, San Francisco to score first. Here's my next prop for the Super Bowl 58 here on Texas Football Today.
Spin that wheel.
Will Travis Kelce propose to Taylor Swift after the game?
Oh, holy cow.
Will Travis, because that's the hot rumor.
Yeah.
The hot rumor is that there. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to say no. The odds are on no because he's not going to propose if they lose, correct?
Right.
There's no place in the world where it's like, oh, let's go to the losing sideline where Travis Kelce has something to say. That's not going to happen.
No.
So you would need Kansas City to win the game.
Yep.
And then you need him to be prepared for that to happen.
And they really haven't been dating long.
Probably
not that they couldn't, but
they've really only been dating 5 months.
And I don't know how long they were dating privately before it kind of all came out, but even then with two celebrities to that degree, I don't think you can keep that a secret for a long time.
Here's a hot take. And do you have a take on on Taylor Swift?
Not really, no. I am not.
I think she's fine.
Yeah.
We know people who know her, and she seems like they've said she's very genuine,
nice.
very nice.
Yeah, no, I'm not a Swiftie.
No.
I enjoy her old music and stuff like that.
I don't know. Okay, she's a celebrity, so obviously there's a certain amount of attention that she's comfortable with. I don't know if that, for what is supposed to be a very, like, important and intimate moment, I don't know if that strikes me as her style.
No, I don't think so either. And my other thing about it is that I would think that not only do you have one half of that relationship in a big spotlight position, you have both of them in a big spotlight. It would seem like since their entire life and their entire relationship has been displayed through nothing but media, that would be the one thing that you could actually make private and special.
And here's the other thing. And here's why I'm going with no. Beyond all that. I don't know him. I don't think Travis Kelce wants to overshadow what would be a Chiefs victory.
Yeah.
And that would be the only thing anyone talks about.
Yes.
And he knows that.
Yes.
He knows that. That if he proposes to Taylor Swift after the Super Bowl, nobody's talking about Chiefs 24, 49ers 21.
No.
You know? So I think he knows that. I think it's a no. There's a chance, but I think there's a no.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with
I
that.
agree.
Okay. All right. Here's 4. We'll do 5. We got time.
Okay.
All right.
Spin that wheel.
Here's your next prop. Oh, finally. This is what I was doing. Over under number of songs performed by Usher at halftime. Over under 8.5.
So, this being said, he does not have to do the full song.
No,
correct?
no.
It's
This
just
is
8 different.
Yeah. Now, reasonably, if he does like a mashup where there's like 9 songs jammed into 30 seconds, that does not count as 9 songs.
Okay.
I think we all agree with that. There has to be a reasonable recognition of like, oh, he sang a whole verse of a song, right?
God, that's a good line for that.
8.5.
That's such a good line. I'm gonna go
over under.
I'm gonna go over.
Over.
I think 9 or 10 is a perfect set list. Mainly because he's got so many popular songs that I think he'll come out and kind of like really weave quickly in between it. Like, yeah, is gonna be played, and DJ Got Us Falling in Love Again is gonna be played, but he might also hit you with like a Confessions or You Remind Me or My Boo or something like that.
Here's a perfect and so here's the thing. I'm going back to the Super Bowl, the 2013 Super Bowl. I'm bad at this. I'm bad at this.
Oh, God.
48. Yeah, 10 years ago.
Sure.
Duh. 48 or 47 when Beyonce did it.
Uh-huh.
Because I think Beyonce and Usher are probably a fair avatar as far as what we would expect. There's going to be a lot of dancing.
Yep.
They've got a lot of hits, right? She did 9 songs.
Yeah.
She did 9.
Yeah.
Run the World, Crazy, Love on Top, Crazy in Love, End of Time, Baby Boy, Bootylicious with Destiny's Child, Independent Woman, Single Ladies, and then Halo.
And there's the thing. So she had a guest come out at one point when Bootylicious came out.
With
so
Destiny's
it's like,
Child.
Or Destiny's Child.
Yeah.
So it's like if Usher brings someone else out, that could cut back on the number of songs because they're obviously going to spend more time. But to be honest with you, like the only song I could see someone really coming out to would be if like Little John showed up.
There's another, I don't want to ruin the prop on
Okay.
this, but there's another one that would be a guess. So here's my 4th one. We're spinning. Spin the wheel of props. Here it is. Finally. Perfect. It's like will Ludacris make an appearance at halftime?
So which songs would that be?
He was on Yeah.
Yeah, he's
on Yeah.
and so is Little John.
So is Little John.
Because Little John is the one that actually goes, yeah.
I'm going to say yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to say yes because he has to play Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah is maybe,
That is his most recognizable song.
I would say mainstream perspective, that's
Yes.
his most recognizable song.
Like, I bet if I go to Spotify
And
right now,
I bet you have both Lil Jon and Ludacris show up.
Yeah, so here's this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and this is just Spotify. This is not counting anything else. But when you look at downloads, has over 1 million.
Probably over a billion.
Billion, yes, over a billion. That's that. Yep, there's more numbers there. And then the next one is DJ Got Us Falling in Love with 750 million. So I mean, there's a substantial gap.
He has to do that song.
And I bet.
And they usually like to have another person show up as like a surprise.
Yeah.
Ludacris and Lil Jon
will
make
be there.
way too much sense.
Yeah. I
Way
would
too
agree
much
with
sense.
that.
I'm going to say yes on that. All right. Last one for each of us. Here is your
Spin
last
that
prop
wheel.
for Super Bowl 58.
This is
Back
very
to
fun.
football. More passing yards, Purdy or Mahomes?
Mahomes.
Okay. I think you're probably right.
Yeah.
All right.
This is a really good idea for a segment. I'm proud of you.
Thanks. All right. Last one.
With big wheels.
Last
Spin
one.
that
Here we go.
wheel.
Last prop. Will there be a score in the final 2 minutes of the first half? And I want to say that the NFL, I want to say the odds are on yes, because I want to say it's like 2/3 of games there's a score in the final 2 minutes. So I'm going to say yes. Final 2 minutes. I'm going to say yes. Okay, the ones we didn't get to, if you're interested.
Yes, I am.
Interested. Gatorade color dumped on coach, orange, red, blue, or other. More rushing yards, Christian McCaffrey or Isaiah Pacheco. More receiving yards, Deebo Samuel. Or most receiving yards, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, or Travis Kelce. Coin flip, heads or tails.
Well, I picked that, basically.
Will someone other than one of the starting quarterbacks attempt to pass?
Yeah, I would think so.
Like a trick play?
Yeah, I would say there's at least one.
Opening kickoff, touchback or no? Length of the national anthem, 90.5 seconds over
Who's
under.
singing?
Ooh, good question. Super Bowl. It will be Reba McEntire.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because she's going to hit you with a
First team to 10 points, over under 47 total points, Super Bowl MVP, Purdy, Mahomes, or other, and first turnover, fumble, interception, or downs. But there you go. We spun the wheel of props.
I like that I had to figure out the whole first 5 minutes of
Yeah.
the game
You
in my props.
You're either
They're
going to
very
be
completely right or absolutely wrong.
Yeah, you one of your there's
I will win off of that, I bet.
Well, there's
or lose.
especially two. Exactly. There's two that are tied together. It's
Yep.
opening drive touchdown and who scores first, San Francisco.
Yeah. Which basically,
means,
if I would have gotten the coin flip one as well,
yeah,
I would have had all three
it
of them
all
just
but tied
lined up.
together. So there you go. There's our Super Bowl 58 preview.
Hey,
Go
nice.
sports.
Yay, sports. Go Usher.
Let's go to Ashley Pickle for America's second favorite segment. Final thoughts.
We will not be having an episode of WTF today because we are hitting the road to go down to the Hill Country Coaching Clinic. We'll be getting interviews with coaches down there, so we hope you'll tune in for next week's WTF because we'll definitely air some of those and put them on our YouTube page. But TFT tomorrow.
Yep.
VNA will be back in the driver's seat, so
And
if you
no-
have
and no-
questions for VNA,
And no TFT Monday.
no TFT Monday.
Because Crudo Monday.
Yes, correct.
Crudo Monday. And I'm supposed to remind you that you said that because we work on Labor Day.
But
we're
now I
taking
have
off
all
Crudo
these
Monday.
meetings. I have.
I'm
two
not going to be
different-
here.
Yeah. Well,
So we're taking
I
off
messed it up myself. Maybe I'll take off next Friday or something.
Pickle.
Yeah, we have a meeting with the THSCA that I'm very excited about
Yes.
on
Very
in
good.
the morning, and then I've got to go to Austin to see one of our Texan Live employees. So I will not
On
be taking
Crudo
Monday
Monday.
off. Yeah.
Anyway, but we'll be back with VNA Moreno in the driver's seat tomorrow, so
Yeah,
stay
yeah,
tuned for
yeah.
that. That's going to do it for us. Thanks for spending a little bit of your day with us. Follow us on Twitter at DCTF, like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/Dave Campbell's, and of course, see us at texasfootball.com. Thanks again to Craig Way, the Texas Football Hall of Famer, for being our guest. For Ashley Pickle, I'm Greg Tepper. Vince Young, please give me your Player of the Year trophy.
Will.
We will see you on tomorrow.
Tuesday. Yeah,
on
tomorrow.
Texas Football Today.